Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to TFiM in Motion, a mod pack by Grimkor and available on the Curse launcher. A quick announcement, Grimkor has opened a public server that you will be able to join. If you are a viewer, if you want to get on there, you'll be able to join on there, do what you, build some really cool stuff, and perhaps me, Grimkor, some of the other YouTubers will come on there and check it out at some point. We're going to be doing a server tour of that public server. So if you want to get into that, head on over to Grimkor's channel, click on the link to join his public Discord server, and then you'll get the instructions on how to get on that public server. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But today, we want to get into some major technological advancements. That's right. I want to get my EnderIO on. So let's get right to that. And for that, I've put together a couple project chests here. Unfortunately, I put these together before I went on holiday. If you've been following the channel, you know that I've recently went on holiday, and now I'm back, and I want to hit this pack really hard. So for that, we're going to need to get majorly technologically advanced. And I set all this stuff up kind of before I left. Now I got to remember what all these recipes are in these project chests that I put together for myself. But the main thing, the easy way to do that is that we are going to need to put together a few machines first. We're going to want EnderIO stuff. Look at EnderIO. Get everything on the screen there. First of all, we want the alloy smelter, we want the sag mill, and we're going to need a way to power that, and that's going to be the Stirling generators. Start with that, and I should have in amongst all this the recipes for all of this stuff. So let's put this together. We're gonna need heavy copper wire, magnets, pistons, the stone heat furnace. I mean, this stuff looks like it's going to be fairly complicated, and it sort of is. I had to make some wrought iron gears. That was done on the anvil, just a piece of wrought iron. So, but hopefully we're not going to have to do a whole ton more of work with this stuff up here too much. We're going to try to get into the automation of it all. And to start, this is where we need to go. So let's put all that stuff together. Then we need those 2 gears for our Stirling generator. This sleeve is recipe for the something. Oh, nope. Let's follow some of these back through. This is probably simple. Oh yes, I need to make the iron bars first. Probably this recipe right here. So that's going to give me some bars, and don't worry, I'm going to need these a lot, so no worries making those. I'm going to use one of them up there to get those 4 left over for other things later. The next thing that we need to put together is the stone heat furnace, which is going to require some kind of stone, of course, a combustion chamber, and a copper thermal cable. Over here we see I've got this recipe. Copper thermal cable is cobblestone, and these copper cables, which were made in the anvil, just with 1 copper bar gives you 3 of those. Convenient. Of course, that's going to give us 6 of those. I'm not sure why I needed 6 of those. Find out here in a second when we do all the rest of this. Probably. So to get this, we're going to need a combustion chamber. 1 of those. And then 1 piece of that stuff. Combustion chamber and more marble. And there we go. There's our heat furnace. Other thing we need is a piston. That should be in down here. Here's the rest of some of these recipes. Where we go. Maybe I just intended to get a piston. Well, here's our magnet right here. So you're going to need redstone and some kind of blue dye, and you can use the paint, so that makes that pretty easy. I think you can do, there's like either recipe and then you put a piece of iron in the middle. No? Nope, it does matter. There we go. There's my magnet. So, and then finally, all I need now is a piston. And I probably intended to just grab one out of up here. That should be everything. Coils. There we go. Stirling generator. So there's our power, our initial power source. Toss that right there for now. Now we need to do something with that power, and the first thing we're going to want to do is sag the stuff. Need to make this machine chassis, and that's going to be with steel and some more of those iron bars and capacitors. So right there's our capacitor recipe. These copper, redstone, that gold. Oh, that was interesting. That actually made something. We'll check that out maybe some other time. But we got lots of gold. I went off and found a gold mine and used a vein miner, of course. It's poor gold, but we're going to hold on to that. I processed just enough to get us the first couple capacitors to make these machines, because then I can use these machines to process as gold and I get a whole lot more that way. So that maybe once we get all this done. But first, we're going to need our slag mill. So we should have everything to make the machine chassis, I think. Now we just need to find our steel in here. I actually got enough there to make 2 machine chassis, because we're going to need one for each of the machines that we're going to want to make. So 2 capacitors. There's where we're going to use some more of those iron bars. There's our 2 machine chassis. Next up, towards the sag mill, is this right here. Reflint our machine chassis. Was it piston and yeah, okay. Piston and our wrought iron. And these are not stacking because they're still hot. It doesn't matter though, they'll work. And there we go. Now we can put something in there to fuel that up. I'm gonna go steal some coal, I think, charcoal, out of out of up here. We're also gonna want to grab what little bit of iron ore that we have left up here, because I want to make use of that first to get some more iron. Let me see here. I think, yeah, that'll convert right to charcoal, Minecraft charcoal. I don't know that it matters. Will this take it straight? Yeah, it takes it straight. Don't need to convert it to charcoal at all. Go right in there and give us some power. Now, the other thing we're going to want is our alloy smelter. Going to take, let's see, we do need another one of those stone furnaces. That, and that. I can use this later in a lighting setup. That will be later. Electrical age stuff will come once I actually have a place that I want to put to use that. We're not going to do any of that here at the Hobbit Hole. That's something else we're going to be doing soon, is we're going to be headed off and finding a new location to take our technology and actually start our official base. You know, not the train station or anything else that we want to do, but we need a really nice base someplace. I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet. I'm thinking like evil lair, possibly mad science-y stuff in a mountain with like hidden like stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe sculpted into something big and evil with a mad science lab in it and lots of technology. We'll get there. We will get there. But this is the first step right here. Sterling generator, sag mill. Let's throw this in there and we can start actually create stuff. Oh, we should also, or hurry up, go grab some flint. Because we do have a bunch of flint. Might as well use it. Apologize for the mobs because I have not been online. I've lost my spawn protection stuff. My protection meter here is... Oh, actually, got it worked back up a little bit, but zombies, they spawn out and then they walk towards here. Oh, that's a nice hat though. Take that. Guys, be quiet. But that's good because I need the rotten flesh. We're gonna need that for soul sand for other things later on. Once we get a little further on into EnderIO. But yeah, continuing on with the alloy smelter that is in here, we've got cauldrons, which are just a bunch of iron. So I had to, you know, we're using a bunch of iron for all this. This, that, and the wrought iron give us an alloy smelter. Nice. Power that one up too. How we doing here? We're getting some iron dust. We need a little bit of tin dust. Now we take this iron dust and we can convert that into these wrought iron dusts. Can't just cook those. And then we got to do something with this. I think we pretty much just have to. No, we could. We don't have none of that stuff. Yeah, we do have to heat this back up in one of these things for now. I think later on there's something we can do with this. No? I was gonna have a way to skip that, but I guess not. I guess we still have to use this cauldron to melt this down. It's okay. It's fine. Just melt it down, and then it'll form. We can pour it into the molds, cool it off real quick, and we get wrought iron real fast. Bunch of it. That's gonna give us 8 pieces. So for each of those. Each of those iron, let's see how many we getting. 24 plus 2. So for every 2 of these, I'm getting it pretty good. That's like doubling it. That's great doubling it at that stage. Now, if I had the slightly better material, I think I could get even slightly more. If I had the rich. But we're gonna need this for other stuff. We're gonna need this to make EnderIO metals things, because we're gonna want to make some electrical steel fairly quick and other things. Coal dust and silicon's not gonna be too different. Oh, iron ingot should, yeah, that is wrought iron ingot. Iron ingot. So yeah, silicon. Hey, here we go. Nice, man. Oh, there we go. Sag mill. We can sag sand. I thought we could just sag some sand. Yes. Get our silicon to get into some electrical age stuff, and we can also do pulsating iron, which is going to give us conduits, our item conduits. Does that item pulsating iron? But I'm going to make some binder, sand, and stuff, and clay. All of that fairly easy now that we've got this much of a setup, but I don't want to I don't really want to what am I trying to say here? I don't want to put too much effort into making all that stuff here. I only got these 3 machines, and we are gonna have to make another. I'll probably just make another crucible, or the materials to make a crucible. In fact, I need to split this up. And extremely hungry right now. Nope, that was just a little bite of a sandwich left over. There we go. Wash that down. Okay. What I'm trying to say here, so we need to melt that stuff down to do that. Actually, to light this. How about, yeah, I don't have a flint and steel right here. There we go. And then once this gets hot as it's going to get, then I'm going to have to give it some pumps on the bellows to get that to actually down, and then convert that into the... I wonder if I can also put this stuff straight into here. Like if I put like some of these in there and then I do that. Yeah, that would work also. But they're also probably not going to melt until it gets quite hot. It's going to require some bellow pumping at some point. But there we go. We've got our bag mill, ender alloy smelter. I think I'm going to make this a short one and just do that. Next episode, we're going to have to get into making a coke oven and a blast furnace from Traincraft to help out with the further maybe possible elimination of this stage. I don't know if we're ever going to do that. I think you have to get all the way to electrical age to really eliminate that part of the automation. Or there's going to be a way to automate this crucible. There is another crucible. I didn't even check. I think maybe Grimkor said there was a new crucible. Oop. Been called. There. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But I think we're gonna call this one a wrap. With that, I got a lot of material processing to do. The other thing that I'm going to be doing between this episode next is taking all of this graphite. Yes, all this graphite, tossing it in there, grinding it. That way I don't have to do this by hand. I can get it done by power. Yeah, graphite. And then also this culinite, because we're going to need to make a ton of those fire bricks in order to make our coke ovens, blast furnace. And that's going to be at a new location, so there'll probably be some kind of montage at the beginning of the next episode of going and locating a place to build a new base. We're going to be moving out of the hobbit hole, guys. And we're going to be doing it in style with our new technological see what we can do. I'll probably put together some materials, start putting in conduits and things like that for the new base. Till next time, guys, I hope you liked this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you later.